Hey y'all, I'm Stay Hall.
And I'm Wallace Hall.
And together we are the Halls. And this is The Hallway. So today we are going to talk about 5 things that every couple should do together every day. Yeah, you heard me. 5 things that every couple should do together every day. And I know right off the bat it might sound crazy because you're probably like, I can't be doing anything every day, let alone us doing it as a couple. There is too much stuff going on in life to get 5 new things that we need to be doing every day. But trust me, it's going to be a lot easier than you think, but it will make a world of difference in your relationship. Don't you think that?
I agree. You put these 5 things in place and it will do wonders for your relationship. And like I say, you always say, just try them over the next 30 days or so?
Yeah, next 30 days. That's always a nice challenge time. Just do it over the next 30 days and see how it works. And if you have to make baby steps and maybe implement 1 or 2 each week through the 30 days. But again, it's so super simple, but very important. And again, I think it'll make a world of difference. So Let's jump right in.
Let's go.
Number 1, every day, you and your partner, you and your spouse, you and your soulmate need to pray and affirm together.
Yes.
We all have things that we are trying to manifest in our lives, things that we are trying to change in our lives, things that we're asking for, things we're looking forward to. And there is strength and power in numbers. In a previous video, if you go back and look through, we have a video completely dedicated to the power of manifesting as a couple. And so this is pretty much the same thing. It's just great when you have someone who is on board with what it is you are asking for or looking for out of life. And it just makes it so nice when you and your partner together can share in these affirmations, and whether they're joint affirmations as a couple, things that we want to do together, things that we want to change together, or if it's your individual affirmations or prayers, just to share it with your spouse so that you two are in sync and aligned and looking for the same things.
Right. 2 people walking together as one is an awesome feeling. When you have someone on your side and your dreams, your thoughts, your ideas are the same, and we're both on the same page as we try to move forward. So that's really what it's about, us being on the same page, us being connected, united together, and trying to get this thing done. Because what it's going to do is going to put your mind in the right place, put your heart in the right place. Hopefully it's already there, but put your mind in the right place, and that way you see focus and you're walking on a united path. And that's what we're here today to share.
Right. And when I say to do this every day, it doesn't have to be anything that takes a lot of time, right? You just put it together in either your morning or nighttime routine. And guess what? It would actually be better if you could fit it in both, but I'm not going to push it. But if you just set aside even just 5 minutes in the morning to just kind of connect on your affirmations and your prayers. And it can even be something that you have written out and you just kind of recite together.
Yeah.
As you all know, we just released a new book, The Hallway, a weekly devotional for today's thriving couples. And in that devotional, we give you as a couple 10 different affirmations that go along with each week. And so it could be as simple as going through those affirmations as a couple and reciting them together, or just writing down your own. And again, it doesn't have to be anything that takes a whole lot of time. Just 5 minutes every morning or every night will make a world of difference and just kind of connect you on that spiritual level that will just make you stronger and tighten the bond that you have as a couple.
Right. And most of the things we talk about 5 minutes, they don't even take really 5 minutes when you actually sit and do them. But I ask that if you do them correctly, put your heart into it, actually believe these things in your mind and as you say them, and that's going to really help you in what you're trying to do. You have to take your time out and do them correctly. And actually, it's like when you say things, don't just say them to say them. Do these things so they have some power behind them, and you're really putting some effort toward it, and you believe that's what's going to happen. So it's about mind exposure and getting your mind on the right page.
Yeah, mindset is everything.
Yes.
All right, so number 2. And y'all are going to laugh at me for this one because you'll be thinking, really? Don't we already do this? But sometimes, you might let it slip and forget about it, or sometimes you get too comfortable. But number 2 is say I love you.
Yes.
Every single day. Every day, make sure that you tell each other that you love each other. And not just that quick, robotic, love you when it's time to get off the phone. A true look into each other's eyes and I love you. I really love you. You are so important to me. Whatever it is that you choose to say, just make sure that you say it every day. We all have a desire to be loved, and there's nothing like hearing those words. We don't want to leave anything up to assumption.
Right.
I know Wallace loves me, but it makes me feel so good to hear him say, I love you. And the thing about the I love you that I love about us is we do it every single day, but it's not a planned thing. And I love when it's just like out of the clear blue. I might just be cooking dinner and he'll be like, babe, I love you. That is just so awesome. And so, if it's not something that you say on a regular basis every single day with intention, because like I said, a lot of us who have been in a relationship for a long time, you do have that love you when you hang up, or even love you as you're going out the door. But I mean a true, genuine, heartfelt, with passion behind it, I love you every single day.
Right. Don't make it robotic. Just like we talk about doing when you pray, when you're doing the affirmations, it can't just be something that just said and there's nothing behind it and empty. It's got to be something that's full of what it is, and full from your heart of what you're saying and what you're saying to your significant one, and just saying, I love you. And that way, it's not just something just being said, because, I've known people that be talking or something like that and actually hang the phone up and just say, I love you. And they didn't even mean it, but they're just so used to talking. And they just roll
say
out.
it to the wrong person, saying it
to
the mailman. Okay, so, love you, because it's just so robotic, just programmed in.
So basically, you got to make it from your heart. You got to mean it. Night before you go to bed, first thing you wake up in the morning, when you're going to say, saying goodbye to the other one, you got to go out for your day, start your job or something like that. I tell my wife, I love you, because you never know. It's not promised that we're going to make it back home.
Right.
So we want to make sure, I want to make sure anyway, that I'm putting that out there and that she knows it from my heart. It's not just some words that I say, but these are something that's from my heart. And like Stevie Wonder said, these 3 words, So.
Yeah. Stevie Wonder, I love Stevie Wonder, y'all. Stevie, I love you. But no, it is so important. And the thing is, we are, married couples, engaged couples, whatever, and we feel like we know everything about each other. And we do really coach you to share with your spouse the things you're going through. But still, as human beings, individuals, sometimes we're just dealing with stuff. Again, in a past video, just from last week, we talked about dealing with mental health and depression and those types of issues as a couple. And sometimes you're just not feeling your greatest. And just to hear that I love you could be just what you needed to get your day going, or maybe to rest peacefully that night. And also, as the one who says I love you, when you really do it with intention, and it's not just something you say and you really think about the words that you're saying to that person, that makes you feel good inside as well, because it reminds you in that moment just how important and awesome this person is and how you really do feel about them. Because when we're going on with day-to-day life, things do kind of just become mundane, and this is what we do and whatever. And so sometimes we have to be reminded of that little spark and that little oomph, and it's just like, I love you. And it's just the little oomph. And it's just great. So yeah, say I love you every day and mean it.
Yes, it's best to say it. I'll say it and I mean it. And you say it as often as possible. You want to leave no doubt. Let's put it that way. You want to leave no doubt, and to make sure they understand that you love them, and you are, well, we're going into the next one. Mm-hmm. What is it? Check in with your spouse. Yeah. Love is an action word. It goes right into the next one. Check in with your spouse. Check in throughout the day. Just see how things are going. I've never really understood that, how couples could be together and they both go to work and never speak throughout the day. We actually witnessed something that was really weird. One day we was out to eat. Oh yeah. And the people sat at a table, sat at a table pretty much across from us, and they sat there for at least 35, 40 minutes, never said a word to the other one.
Never said a word.
They weren't on their phones. I know that's what people always go to. Were they on their phones? No, they weren't on their phones. They were just sitting there eating their food and never said a word to the other person. And then after about 30, 40 minutes, so you ready? Yes. And they got up and left. Didn't seem like they were mad or anything like that.
No, it
they
just seemed like that's
what
what they do. And it's funny, when it happened, I kind of joked and was like, well, maybe, there weren't enough tables and they had to seat two strangers together. But then I thought about it. I'm like, two strangers would have interacted more than that.
It would have been some type of conversation or something.
Just small talk, but they just sat there. And so that's why with number 3, check in with your spouse. Have those conversations every day, just the simple, how was your day? Check in with each other throughout the day. In this day and age, there is no reason, no matter what your job is, that you can't check in. Even if it's just a quick, I love you text. Even if it's just a quick, hope you're having a great day text. If you have a job where you can't access, the phone or, be on the phone, just a quick text. Check in with each other. It is important to kind of just know what type of headspace your spouse is in every other day. We deal with a lot in the world. Things are constantly changing. There are all kind of different stresses and unknowns, and they affect everyone differently. And so just to let your partner know that you care and you're thinking about them is awesome, because you can't just talk to anybody about everything. And so knowing that you have that one person who really cares what's going on with you just makes you feel so great. And it gives you that sense of security and that sense of belonging, and knowing that you are truly a part of a partnership where there is genuine care and concern.
I love when I get that phone call. Hey, I just called and see what you was up to. See how your day was going, what you up to. That just puts a smile on my face no matter what I'm dealing with. People, things, just whatever's up. If I'm feeling down or something, when I look and see her calling me on the phone, that just lifts my heart up, makes me smile, put a little extra pep in my step, let's put it that way. Makes me just feel excited all of a sudden, no matter what I got going on, someone I know, someone I love is actually checking to see what I have going on and see how I'm feeling and see how my day is going. And that just really pumps me up and helps me get through the rest of the day, because you all know days are very challenging and stuff that we're dealing with now, get you down about different things. People just having problems and things like that. But when you can have someone that can call and check in on you, and I hope you feel the same way when I call and check in on you.
I love when you call and check on me.
Just to see how things are going, and hopefully that makes me feel better, because I know doing that puts a smile on her face also. So that's why I like to call in and check in. Like I said, love is an action word. You got to show it.
Right. You're so right. So that leads us to number 4. Now, out of the ones that we have already covered, I feel like number 4 may be the most challenging for some couples, depending on your schedules. And I know, a lot of families as a whole struggle with this one. But number 4 is eat a meal together every day.
Yes.
Actually sit down at the table, no television, no phones, and just share a meal. So whether your schedule is better for you to make that breakfast, just, maybe a coffee and a bagel, or if you can do evening for dinner. And it's really great when couples work in a situation where they can meet for lunch. Like, I love the lunch dates and meeting for lunch. Like, it just seems so classy when we meet for lunch. But whatever you can do and however you can fit it in, sit down and share a meal. That is like the universal way of connecting. Everybody goes out to eat. What do you want to do? Let's go out to eat. Let's go out to eat. We share a lot over a meal. You learn a lot about each other over a meal, likes and dislikes. It's just a great way to create memories. It's a great way to kind of just escape from everything that's going on and do something that most of us really enjoy, and that's eat. So just take that time to share that meal where there's no rushing. It's not, let's just eat it and go. Well, I'm just going to take mine in my office and work and you have yours in the living room. No, sit down and share that meal together. And for some couples who sometimes struggle maybe with conversation because it's not something that they do a lot or kind of gotten away from it and almost living their separate lives, that implementing of eating a meal together every day is something that can kind of give you a jump start on getting those conversations going again, so that you're not like that couple who sits there and says nothing to each other.
Yeah, a big part of what we talk about is all about communications, about having those conversations and eating a meal together. And I tell, when I talk to young men, or even pretty like when I talk to men,
even old men,
yeah, even old men, seasoned men. When I have those conversations, it's all about dating. You know, you're still dating. It's cool to date, and when you can sit every night, hopefully, you know, I know it's kind of difficult sometimes, but when you can sit down and have that meal together, it becomes another date, an opportunity for us to share, an opportunity for us to bond, talk about life itself. You don't have to really be talking about your day or things that frustrate you. Just talk about some things that's going on in life, because trust me, there are a lot of stuff that's happening in the news every day. There's a lot of things that's going on. Just talk about, you know, it's time for you to cuddle back up and do a little sweet talk.
Oh my gosh, him and his sweet talk. But no, it is awesome. And I love the fact that you said date, because it's like an opportunity to have a date every single day, whether it's a breakfast date, a lunch date, a dinner date, whatever. It's an opportunity to have a date. And especially now, dealing with COVID and the restrictions and maybe not wanting to get together as much, make your date night at home. Light some candles, dim the lights, put on some soft music, no TV, and just have a date. It's a lot of fun. I mean, and you can do different things. It doesn't have to be sitting at the table. You can make a little picnic on the living room floor, or out in your own backyard.
Right. You don't have to spend a lot of money. You don't have to do a lot of fancy things. It's simple. And a lot of times it boils down to the thought that counts of what we're trying to do. I'm just trying to spend a little time with you, trying to make something a little different. So you get away from the kitchen table, just make your little picnic in the living room, you know, in front of the TV, in front of the fireplace.
And it's a lot of fun. It's just a great way to connect and to create memories. I'm all about creating memories and just having those things to look back on and reflect on. And it's just an awesome way to make sure that you stay connected as a couple.
You know, that keeps you young at heart.
It does.
Kind of makes you feel like a little teenager again in some of the stuff that you get into, some of the things you be doing and talking about, laughing and kind of going from there. So, yeah.
And that is number 5.
Share a laugh.
Share a laugh. Every single day.
Yes.
Every single day. Find something to laugh about. Laughter is a cure-all for whatever ails you. Yeah. It is hard to feel bad about anything when you're laughing. And again, it doesn't have to be anything forced, but I know with us during the day, if we run across anything funny on social media, whatever, we're sending it to each other.
Yeah.
You know, and so we may not be physically together at the time, but we're still sharing that laugh, and we're, you know, sending the laughing emojis and LOL or whatever. We like to watch funny movies. We like to reflect back on things that, you know, we're big time people watchers. And so, you know, things like that, and that just make us laugh. And we even tell corny jokes. Laughter just is something that just makes you feel good. And it is a way to also just break up the monotony of the seriousness of life. So laugh as much as you can. Laugh often and laugh hard.
Right. And it's like, so it's about having fun and bringing joy to yourself, and you know, just enjoying life itself. And like I say, when you turn off that TV and just look through the window at a lot of things that go on, or like I say, we like to go and people watch.
Yeah,
and you sit there and just watch people, you know, and sometimes you can sit and make stories up about people. You don't even have to know them. You sit there and watch and put your own little story, you narrate your own little story about their lives, or what they may be going into, you know, what they may be getting into that day, or what they're thinking. You know, that's just have fun with it. And like I say, have a laugh. You know, laugh just does you good, you know.
Oh my gosh, we have had times where we have laughed so hard and so long to the point where we don't even remember why we start laughing. Right. Or we'll talk about it the next day like, what was so funny? We were cracking up, because things will just go and go, and one thing leads into another, and we're just acting silly. Something we like to do a lot as a couple is we like to play games. So we'll be sitting in a room on our phones, and we play like words with friends or different stuff, and one of us will, you know, have a silly answer or be trying to spell some kind of word that's not even really a word, and it just cracks us up. So we're kind of goofy, but goofy is good. We don't take ourselves too seriously. We really, really, really try to enjoy every moment that we can, and it just makes a difference. It just takes the weight off, and it just lets you realize that there is more to life than just the daily grind and the hustle and bustle of things. And it just kind of gives you that opportunity to relax. So just make sure you
people
laugh.
Are too serious now. You know, you can't take, you know, life's too short to take stuff so seriously. Have fun. You know, we play Uno. You know, she get upset when I hit it with the big draw 4, but you know,
he changes the
part of the
rules all
game.
the time. time.
No. Straight up. There you go.
No,
Get
I
you
hate
4
when you
fresh
hit me
ones.
with that switch hands when I got
yeah.
2 cards left. but you see, we laugh all the time. We got jokes. So, guys, we hope that this information was valuable to you. Just make sure that you try to implement these things every day.
Just go back over them real quick.
I was just getting ready
I'm
to
sorry.
do that.
My bad.
Pray and affirm
Yes.
each and every day.
Mm-hmm.
Say I love you and mean it
Yes.
genuinely from the heart each
Right.
and every day. Check in with each other every single day. Then make sure you make time to eat a meal together, and don't forget to laugh.
Yes.
So hopefully this list isn't too difficult and isn't too daunting. I would love to hear your comments. Drop them below and let us know how it's been going trying these 5 things every single day. Let us know if there are any other things that you feel are important to share as a couple every single day. We would love to hear that. So just drop that in the comments below. And also, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to The Hallway if you haven't already. And I don't know why you wouldn't have already, but sometimes we forget, so I'm going to give y'all another chance. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and then hit that notification bell so that you will never miss an episode. And until next time, guys, I'm Stay Hall.
And I'm Wallace Hall.
And together we are the Halls. And we'll see you next time in
The Hallway.